Hello and welcome. This video provides an example of a phishing email that appears to come from DHL. Let's take a look at the email to highlight some of the issues. The first indication that this email isn't genuine is the sender's information. While at first glance it appears to come from DHL, the sender's domain, which is the part of the email address after the @ sign, does not contain dhl.com, which is the DHL domain. This is a red flag that should warn you this might be a scam. If you are in doubt, always check the domain first. If you are receiving an unsolicited non-work or school-related email to your work or school email address, you should consider whether the email is credible. You can also stay up to date on scams by searching on the internet. The Federal Trade Commission provides information on how to avoid and report scams, as well as details on common types of scams, including phishing. There are additional details in the email that also indicate that it isn't genuine. The greeting doesn't address the recipient by name, and instead shows the address the email was sent to. You would not expect to see this in a legitimate email, and you should consider it suspicious. Phrases like, "Thank you for your support" and "Please kindly fill out" are not the style of language you would normally expect in emails like this. You would also normally expect the button in this type of message to take you directly to the tracking information for your parcel and not have to enter information. This is especially true given that the tracking number is in the email. This email is set up to make you curious as to what the package is and to click the button without thinking. If you think about it, you would know if you were expecting a DHL package and would already have tracking information for it. As with all suspicious messages, you should also take the time to examine the links in the email and compare them with the sender's known websites. To find this information, you can do a quick internet search. In this instance, a search for DHL reveals the official domain for DHL differs from the domain in the message. Further examination of the links in the message highlights another issue. They both use an HTTP rather than an HTTPS prefix. This is a small but important distinction. The S in HTTPS means secure, and indicates that the website uses encryption for sending and receiving data. This designation also requires the website owner has verified that they are who they claim to be. When browsing the web, you should always look for the S and a lock in your browser's navigation bar. While this by itself doesn't necessarily mean the site is safe, it does indicate that data transmission is encrypted. A site claiming to represent a major brand like DHL that is lacking an HTTPS prefix should definitely be viewed with suspicion. Remember, you should carefully examine any unsolicited or suspicious communications and report anything that doesn't look right. When you receive emails, you should always make sure you stop and think before you connect. For additional information, please visit our CyberSmart page. Thank you for watching.